made lots of friends. Friends from all over the place, from north to Alex Bay and south to New Jersey, from Claverick all the way to someplace foreign, Michigan. My son, I love to tell this story, my son plays volleyball for our local high school. Everywhere he plays, there are people in the crowd who know him. And at one game, I remember his teammates coming up to him and saying, "Yo, dude, how come you know kids everywhere we go?" And my son said, "Well, Camp Fowler, of course." Of course, Camp Fowler. Number 9, mud soccer. And all those other great games that we play at camp. Camelot, Foursquare, Humus, Nextbo, Winkle. Games that we play for fun. Games where it doesn't matter if you're the greatest or if you're the worst. And if I'm playing, I usually have the worst category sewn up. Games where we live out the old adage that says it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, so long as you're covered in mud and smiling ear to ear. Number 8, community. Following up to friendships, community at Fowler is something that is created for us, it is created between us, and it is created within us. Community thrives when people depend on each other and take care of each other. And it's easy to see that for 1 week at camp every summer, we live in community. But I say that Fowler community is larger than that. It goes on for years. It doesn't end. It may be strengthened and rejuvenated in the summer, but the community that we build at Fowler is far greater than a little spot in Speculator, New York. And if that community thrives on Facebook, it's okay. It's not my thing, but it might be your thing. Because community doesn't make us all the same. It just holds us all together. Number 7, Pharaoh. The music and the musicians at Camp Fowler are extraordinary. We are so blessed to have the quality of musical talent that we have at camp. Music to worship with, music to dance with, I dare say for many of us, music to drive our cars by. How many of you here, raise your hand, have at least one Fowler Camp Song CD? There we go. I don't need to tell you how important the music is to Camp Fowler. Reason number 6 that this mom loves Camp Fowler, the staff. Every year, Kent gathers some extraordinary young adults who spend their entire summer with my kids, with our kids. They are, bar none, the most incredible group of young adults ever assembled. They are healthy and positive role models for my children, for all of our children. Each member is unique. They bring their own gifts, they bring their own stories. But when this staff is woven together, they create a tapestry so rich, and it wraps each of our children in the loving arms of God. Reason number 5, food. This is where I'm going to save time, because this is a one-word, yum. Reason number 4 that this mom loves Camp Fowler is the swim program. Both of my kids and many of their friends have all been swims, which is students working in ministry. It's a program where high schoolers volunteer 2 weeks of their summer to help in the kitchen, with maintenance, or with programming. It's a life-changing opportunity for our kids. They learn how and when to lead, but they also learn that there's times when you follow. They learn how to cooperate and share for the greater good of all. They learn to sacrifice what they want so that others can also be satisfied. They learn that listening is as important, if not more important, than speaking. They learn that hard work can be really, really good. Swim is more than a program, it's a vision. Reason number 3, day camp. A few years ago, someone had a radical dream to expand Fowler's mission and provide the Fowler experience to children in urban settings. It was a crazy dream concocted only by a crazy man. What is Fowler? Fowler is hiking and camping and woods and bugs. Fowler's not sidewalks and bus stops and pavement. But it's funny how God can take a crazy dream and turn it into an inspired vision. As much as my kids can't miss a week at Fowler up in the summer, they can't imagine a week without the Urban Day Camp. And here's my unabashed plug. Find your local Urban Day Camp and volunteer. You will be changed forever too. Reason number 2, and you knew it had to be pretty high. But of course it's far more than self-composting toilets. It's a way of living and a way of being. It's measuring orts. It's growing things and harvesting things from an organic garden. It's putting wholesome foods on the table each and every meal. It's a radical mindset of taking only what you need and leaving plenty for others. It's recognizing that me, myself, and I have become too big in this culture, and that we are more important than I. And the number 1 reason that this mom loves Camp Fowler is worship. This was the toughest one to write because it's not so much a joking matter. What words can I use to describe worship where spirits can truly soar? A worship where God's world is celebrated and glorified. A worship that meets each one of us where we are and carries us to where Christ wants us to go. At camp, worship is not a time or a place. It's a way of being. Yes, we have an incredible chapel by the lake. But at Camp Fowler, we worship everywhere. Watching the sunset from the dock, walking the labyrinth, sitting around a campfire. We celebrate and worship the risen Christ everywhere. And as I close, I share with you words that I often hear Kent saying, but I know come from the heart of God. Welcome home.